The girl just wanted to bandage her injured arm. Instead, the doctor put her under general anesthesia. She felt violated by the doctor while unconscious. She was told that the anesthesia had made her hallucinate. The girl had no choice but to leave the clinic in disbelief, but the discomfort in her body reminded her, it's not that simple. So she rushed to another hospital. She went to another hospital and underwent a comprehensive examination, but she didn't expect to find someone else's DNA in her body. She didn't have time to think. Annie immediately went to the police station to report the case. However, when she told her suspect, the detective suddenly showed a look of disbelief. Because the doctor was a very respected man in the area, many of the townspeople had been helped by him, and he was usually very polite. He treats his patients with care and responsibility. There was no way he would do such a thing, so he asked the girl to think it over. Maybe she remembered something wrong, but she couldn't help it. Annie could only try to remember everything that happened that night. It turned out that because of her ex-boyfriend's pestering, Annie accidentally cut her arm, so she rushed to the hospital, wanted to treat the bleeding wound. The doctor said she needed anesthesia around the wound, so she gave herself a shot. Then she lost consciousness and fell asleep. I only remember a few vague images. I heard Annie's slurred speech. After confirming that there were no signs of violence on her body, the detective thought she must have been overstimulated, but he didn't expect Annie to be so adamant about it. He had no choice but to send his men to the hospital to collect evidence, preparing to collect the doctor's blood for DNA comparison. Knowing the news that someone had accused her, the doctor instantly acted incredulous, because he had once saved his wife. The police officer therefore told him about the girl's testimony. The police officer thought that the doctor's behavior was obvious to everyone, so this is ridiculous. So he asked the doctor to give him a tube of his own blood, so that he could return to his office as soon as possible. And after learning what happened, the doctor also said he understood. So after finishing his work, he handed over a tube of blood to the police officer. After careful examination and comparison, the blood did not match the girl's DNA, and this result didn't surprise the police. They chased after the girl's car. Right there in the crowd, he tore apart her lies while everyone watched. It brought Mary into disrepute. They looked the other way. Justice was denied, and she was humiliated. Mary couldn't stand it, so she came to the police station in a rage. She agitatedly asked the police to explore the claim, complaining that the police officers did not investigate seriously.
Вы видели, как он сдает кровь?
Офицер Крески видел, и офицер Крески был назначен разобраться в этом деле.
И еще он большой друг доктора.
Hearing the girl's claim, detectives immediately called to inquire, and the police officer who was afraid to speak. The police officer who lied could only admit he did not follow the rules and regulations, confirming his suspicions. The girl threatened to expose the case to the media, asked the detective to investigate the matter personally, and even though he was convinced that the doctor was innocent, he had no choice but to go back to the hospital to collect evidence. The detective made his intentions clear, even though he thought the whole thing was ridiculous. The doctor didn't make any excuses. Instead, he went back to the hospital and did it again in front of everyone. On the other hand, Annie, who was troubled by the incident, the images of her assault kept coming back to her mind. The facts of the doctor's crime became clearer and clearer. However, at that moment, the latest test results came out.